Hello and welcome everyone to episode 2 of Conversations with Cerny and McCurdy. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Cerny. Ryan is unfortunately not here today, but he will be in our interview. Today we talked to one of our good friends, Rebecca Harris. Our first guest episode. Also, just a disclaimer, this episode was on Zoom because we couldn't get everyone together in person, unfortunately. So it's our first Zoom episode as well. So today in our interview, we talked about life after graduation. So currently, Rebecca is working in the real world. And we are currently not. Ryan and I, as we mentioned in episode 1, we also talked about what she's doing in her career, what she's looking forward for in the future, things like continuous learning, professional relationships, how her job search was, and how she's doing living in her new apartment. Also, we asked her for some advice for our younger listeners and to her younger self. So, yeah, this is episode 2. Here's our conversation with Rebecca Harris. Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Conversations with Cerny and McCurdy. And we're here with a very special guest, our friend Rebecca Harris. So Rebecca, if you want to introduce yourself first, that'd be great.
Yeah, my name is Rebecca. I know Chris and Cerny, or Chris and Ryan. I wanted to go with inspiration. I know Chris and Ryan from college. I guess we could go over how we met, but yeah, just a background on me. I'm 23. I'm a software engineer. I live in Montclair, New Jersey. That's pretty much it about me. Yeah.
All right.
So, I guess we could start off just straight into it. How has it been after you graduated college?
How has it been? Interesting. It doesn't feel like a year has passed. It doesn't feel like time is real. It's just, I don't know. Surprisingly, I don't know. I feel like the same person, although I moved out, which is nice. I don't know. And I guess it's nice knowing that the workforce isn't as scary as I thought it would be. I don't know. I thought I was kind of falling off a cliff because college, you have all these huge breaks and it's not like a real job. But honestly, for me, work has been a lot more low key than school, because school, they're trying to jam pack all this information in 15 weeks. And then you take a final and then you get a break, but then you have to do it all over again. I would say actual work is more spread out.
That's good. That's good to know, right?
So, but yeah, so like, how was like
considering what
moving out into a new place and having to be like super responsible and take care of yourself, like a fully now, and not just even like at college.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I like to think of college as adulthood with training wheels, because you're living on your own, but it's in a very specialized environment that's geared for people that are, 18 to 22. So I don't know. It's been interesting. I've realized that chores take longer now because I have to do my dishes by hand, and I also have to wash my laundry in a washing machine I bought, but also air dry outside. So I definitely miss the amenities of having a full dishwasher and a full laundry machine. So I don't know. Yeah. And also just being more responsible for getting myself up in the morning and buying all the food I need. And I don't know, it's a lot of responsibility, but I feel like it's all good. It's all growing pains, if that makes any sense.
It's stuff that you're learning stuff from it. You're learning how to
I'm
take care
learning.
of yourself better than you would have before. Because even yeah,
Yeah.
because like when I was living by myself in college, or when I was living with people, but freshman year I'd never talked to them, and
Hi.
then I
You
moved
guys
to
should.
this.
Yeah, we're basically
Yeah,
one
yeah,
person. At this point, we basically
Yeah,
yeah.
have
no,
a
Yeah.
it's
system.
I know how to live with Cerny more than I know how to live with other people. But like being in
Yeah,
college, that was when I first time I had to be like I didn't think about what I was eating and stuff. And but now that I'm back at home
yeah,
after
definitely.
graduating. So for me, it just feels it doesn't feel it feels even like less stuff has changed. I'm just now not going to school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. It feels less and less like I've graduated, if that
Well,
makes sense. Also, for me, it's even more so because I'm doing
yeah,
classes still. For
you're
my
still even though you
MBAs.
have
Yeah, for my
graduated,
MBA. So it
you're still in
yeah, I don't feel
I mean,
like
you
I've
didn't leave
graduated.
TCJ yet,
No, I haven't.
especially because
I
Mm.
you
really
also
haven't.
work there
And I'm
now.
still going there. Uh, yeah, I also work there now, so it's even less like I've left.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Our math
Um,
class is different
yeah.
than undergrad, or is it just kind of the same?
Yeah, they are slightly different. Um, it's definitely a lot more work and a lot
That's
less time. Um, yeah. So our semester, well, also for the MBA at least, you go to school all year round, so you don't have a break
Mhm.
at all. Um, so I know spring and fall are kind of close to what we had in undergrad, where it's 12 weeks, summer is 10 weeks, and winter is 5 weeks. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. So I mean, it's definitely different, but getting getting there to help my
Yeah.
career, which is where we want to go next
Oh,
with our questions. That was a smooth that was a smooth transition. You can't lie.
Yeah.
That was smooth. So basically our next set of things that we want to talk about is
okay.
about your career and what you're doing. If you could go into, I know you kind of said it in your intro, but if you could go a little deeper into what you do and like where you work.
Yeah. So I work for Prudential, which is a life insurance company. It's based in Newark. I go in twice a week. Montclair is pretty close to Newark. And what I'm doing right now is I'm working with Java and I'm working on the back end to create a system that takes what we call leads, which are potential clients, and put them into a system so we can send them messages and send them to different advisors. Yeah. And the interesting
Interesting.
mid-July, I'm going to be rotated to a new part of the company, a completely new team. So I'm able to see different aspects.
Not gonna like a permanent
Interesting.
change to like,
Um,
or is it just like rotating you around
Yeah.
so you can get a better feel for the company?
Yeah, I'm being rotated around. So the first rotation that's close to ending, that started in July. It lasts for a year. And then the next two rotations, there's three in total, last 6 months.
Actually, that
Uh,
sounds very interesting.
so basically they're
It's
getting
like,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
can
does.
repeat. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh yeah, so basically it's kind of like to get you familiar and then you choose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't even.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I choose, or they
Is it
probably
like,
just sent. I think.
You
is it like
choose.
you stay at whatever you
You
kind of
choose.
works best with you, like what you were the most successful at and
Yeah.
whatever tastes. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that makes sense. I guess the next part, just because I kind of know what happened and how you got your job, because you told me. But just so everybody else and kind of knows, like what was your job search like, and how did you end up at
Yeah,
Prudential?
that's interesting because I think I got my internship that led to the job right around the time I met you guys. So the way it
Yeah,
works, I went to school for computer science. The way it works is you have a capstone. Usually every major has some kind of capstone, and your capstone can either be an internship or research with a professor. And most people want an internship. That's what they push you towards because that can lead to jobs down the line. And I remember being the end of, what was it? At the end of fall semester junior year, and it was hitting me that I had to find an internship. And I remember being so stressed out and so pissed off. And I was like, I'm just a child. Like, what, they expect me to go and get a job? Like, I'm not ready for this. No, this is too stressful. But I also knew that I kind of had to do it. And I'm glad that I was forced to, because it forced me to experience the workforce, and it made me realize that it was less stressful than the actual comp sci program I was in. So over that winter break, I remember I was taking a philosophy class, a virtual philosophy class, as, what is it called? A side credit? I'm blanking.
Mini courses?
I'm blanking too now.
Mini courses?
Dang it.
No, that's the thing. In
It was just smushed into the winter semester. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what
Yeah.
you're
I was
talking
taking a
about. Yeah.
liberal learning winter course, and I was just applying for jobs. And I remember I had post-it notes like stuck on my window. And I think I overall applied to like 50 different internships and only heard back from a few of them. So it really is just a matter of throwing yourself out there over and over and over again. And yeah, spring semester, I remember I took a slightly later course load because I was taking this really hard class, and also I was still applying for internships. And yeah, I remember some of them were really hard. Some of them, they would give you a coding problem, and the interface was really, really difficult to use. So I just gave up and I lost that offer. Some of them, you would actually have to go on Zoom and code in front of somebody, which was also really stressful.
Yeah, that sounds like horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like seeing how you're under pressure and seeing like what your skills are at, like if they would fit in with the company, like if they expect you to be like at this level,
Yeah.
and this is a task that we think someone at this level should be able to do. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you don't do
Yeah.
that? Well, then I guess they don't want you, which is, I guess that's pretty disappointing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard about the comp sci loop from, like, honestly, from YouTubers I've been watching recently. A lot of them are comp sci or in computer science, and it's crazy. I'm just like, thank God I'm not like that. Thank God I just get rejected.
Oh, no.
I mean,
No.
yeah, that's what it's like for me in the job search too. It's either nothing or rejections.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
it's
about.
very, it's a, I don't, it's sad, sort of. It's disheartening.
It's a
That's the better word to say. Because
yes.
right now I'm working
That
at
is
the
the
baseball stadium, and I'm doing a lot of dishwashing. So I'm very familiar with doing stuff by hand now. But
I am working at the college at the student center, and I am a building assistant, and I have literally done absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
I do a lot of work. To me, this reminds you of being back in high school with the amount of work I was doing. Also, I get
I
really soaking wet now anytime I work because I'm like at a sink It's like a high-powered sink, and and you're
Ooh, yeah.
just getting food every. Oh, it's. I mean, at least I'm making things cleaner. That's it.
Yeah. No, I literally sit at the information desk and do my homework. I get paid to do
That's
Yeah,
homework.
it's pretty.
Yeah. But no. I mean yesterday we did a setup because Special Olympics of New Jersey are gonna be
Huh,
at the
that's
campus
cool.
this weekend. I don't know. So I had to do that, and the setup was so confusing because for whatever reason they thought they had more room than they did in 225
Because
East.
it's. I mean, it's half of the big room. That yeah.
Yes, but 225 East is technically the smaller
Oh,
half. And they wanted to put like all these massage tables and have this endurance circle and literally you could not move in that room. And they wanted to have check-ins on both doors in 225
oh,
East.
kind of. Those.
And we're like,
They need like a flow.
eh, the
Come
Yeah.
in, come out.
yeah, I guess, but it's like it was so weird because also the check-ins, one of the check-in tables had 2 chairs, the other check-in table had 3 chairs.
Mm.
So we're like, wait,
Weird.
what?
Wait, if I remember correctly, can you put up a wall so you get east? So they didn't
Yeah.
rent both sides; they just
Yeah.
No.
rented.
No, they rented both sides, but they had 2 different things. They had one thing in one side and another thing in the other
I
side.
feel like at that point, you should just combine the rooms and try and make use of the most space you got.
Yeah, no, but I was not questioning. We have to do whatever the
I mean,
client tells
yeah,
us to.
that's a big,
So,
most jobs. I mean, I don't.
yeah.
So for my end of like the job search, a lot of it now is I'm still sending out stuff. I'm trying to. A lot of it now is focused on connections
Yeah.
for me. Like I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
who I know that can help and
Same.
where do they tell me to go.
Mhm.
Same here. I've been trying to use connections a lot. I think hopefully there's a connection that I was just told about that may help me. So, that would be interesting. Uh, it'd be an interesting venture.
Ooh,
So,
adventure.
we'll
Can you
see.
tell us?
Yeah, no, I had well, I also have I have applied to a job or an internship, but sadly I wasn't able to take it or they weren't available. So it was for actually the Philadelphia Eagles because our next door neighbor or my next door neighbor in LBI is actually the lawyer
Wow.
for the for them. So he said he could help me out, but the thing is they didn't have any more for this
They were
upcoming
out people.
season.
Yeah.
So
Interesting that I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of I have a
Yeah.
lot of connections now in sports. Is like I work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm working in sports,
Yeah, you do.
and like in the place I work at, both my siblings have worked there in the past. Oh
And so
right,
is
yeah.
Chaz.
Another one of our roommates also worked there, and I didn't know that until after we had roomed together. Like I had just seen him there. I was like, oh wait a second. No,
Oh
oh wait,
yeah,
no. I heard.
I
I
forgot
remember
about that.
because my sister was like, that guy worked with me. And I was like, oh really? Which was that was very it was very, and then
Yeah,
I just
that's
saw him one day, and I
crazy.
was like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, that was crazy. But
And
yeah,
then,
I
and my
mean,
brother works. He works in various sports leagues. He's worked with the Jets, and he's worked with the
yes,
Devils. Yes, and the
and the
Sixers, and
Sixers.
apparently everyone likes him 'cause he's cool. And but sadly, he can't get me a job.
Yeah, yeah, he can't get me a
Ah,
job either.
let's see.
So, but yeah, no, we'll see what goes on. But yeah, the stud is a summer
Oh,
job, hopefully,
same.
not
Although
a
mine is
full-time job.
literally a summer job as it ends when the season ends.
Mine is yeah, mine is legitimately a summer job, but we'll see what
Mhm.
happens.
So like, even if I were
All right.
able to keep working there, I can't. Like, I can't be like, I want to stay on after the summer. It's like we don't do anything after. I mean, they have like they have a store.
Yeah.
You have like a gift shop that stays open. I
Who worked
could.
at the gift
And that's
shop?
what my sister was doing there for a bit. Now she's in Disney, having time of her life,
Disney.
working.
Yeah.
She's
She's
gonna be there
still
for
in
a while.
Disney. Yeah. Okay. Do you
I
wanna
guess. Yeah.
ask the next question?
So the next thing
Yeah.
is sort of like that's all about future planning. Like, do you have any idea where you want or where your career path may go now that you're out of college and now that you're working with your degree, like and using that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really interesting question because I am kind of going through an existential crisis right now. What I actually want to do.
Same.
We're all going. Yay!
Hey.
It's like with college, you have it's very structured. Like in my whole
Yeah,
life up until college was like
Yeah.
I was working towards going to college, and now I'm like I'm out of college. Now I need to get a job.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what I can
Exactly.
do, what I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to, and that's also why I started doing hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
hmm
Like that's why I'm here because
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
something to work on,
Like
and also
like
it's
this.
like I need something to work on with someone and someone to have like expectations of me. Like on
Oh
my
yeah,
own personal hot,
Hi.
if I don't do something for this, Chris will be upset. If it's
Hi.
like a personal project, the only one who'll upset is me. And like I can upset myself anytime. Yeah, I
Yeah.
find letting myself down. I don't want to let other people down.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are your, I guess, life
Yeah.
and professional goals? I
Oh,
guess if you want to elaborate on your existential crisis.
no, elaborate on my existential crisis. Yeah, I don't know. I've been at my job for a year almost. I feel okay about it. I don't feel like I'm being exploited by the workplace, which is really good. But I definitely I'm having a lot of questions about how can I use my abilities to actually help people make the world a better place? Because essentially what I'm doing right now is building a system for a corporation to get more clients. And I think I'm getting a lot of skills from that I could apply to other places. But I don't know. There's a part of me that I don't want. I don't know. Like
You want there to be some sort of thing you're working towards and not just work on making your company
Yeah.
more successful. That's
I know.
Better. Yeah.
like not just
Yeah.
getting your people more
It.
money, but you want to like feel like you're having a
Yeah.
positive effect in the world. I mean, that's one of the things. Even though it's a very small scale, there's been points when
Yeah.
at my job, I've actually like
Mhm.
when I've worked with customers and helped them out, they would be like thankful about that, and that was really nice. So, like when someone has a good day, that's sort of
Mhm.
what I kind of do is
Yeah.
help make sure other people who go to the baseball stadium have a good day, which is that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Customer
though I wouldn't call
service.
myself a big customer service guy, when it goes well, it is
No.
rewarding.
It's very rewarding when it goes well, but when it goes bad,
Yeah, but
it's
like I had a
sad.
really we had someone from The Sopranos, and it was like a really exhausting day. We had a Sopranos night at work, and so when I was working in one area with customers,
Uh
it got like there's a lot of people because there's like a special area and people we
yeah.
like constantly getting out food and like swapping it
Yeah.
with new ones. But then after that, someone came up and said, someone
Yeah,
like came
makes
up and like
sense.
thanked us and said, "You guys did a really good job," because I it looked really crazy out there, and I was like, "Oh, that made my day."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
you
Okay,
can go, Rebecca.
thank you. I Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And also, my job, I mostly work alone. All of my team meetings are virtual because most of my team is on the West Coast. And thankfully, I do have some coworkers my age that I can spend time with when I go into the office. But yeah, I don't know. That is an interesting thing I missed from college, just being around more people and being with people in person.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know for me, it's doing class virtually again because most of the MBA classes are virtual at night.
Mhm.
It it sucks, and I look forward to um being in person. And I know like not this upcoming weekend, the next weekend, so the 15th, we're gonna have in person class again. And I'm so looking forward to that to see all the friends I've made through the MBA program, and then just even going to work next week or yesterday. It was like I've already gotten to know a couple of the managers and everything, and it's nice to know people and have those professional relationships. Because I feel like even my MBA relation, like the friendships I have with people are more professional in the MBA than I did in undergrad. They're a lot more professional, and it's a lot more like, okay, like let's get
That
this
makes
done.
sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely something like I'd say one of the things I enjoy most about my job is also like I get along pretty well with all my coworkers. And like there's definitely
Yeah,
like no matter what, I feel like I don't want to mess up because I do respect the people I work with, and so I don't want to like make their jobs hard and make their days worse.
yeah, definitely. Um, Speaking of professional relationships, uh, have you like built any? Is kind of
A good question. I mean, I think just having lunch with different people from the office, honestly, that builds it up. I've kept up some people I know from college because I ended up working at Prudential. Yeah, that's helped.
yeah, that's cool. That's definitely yeah, definitely. I bet it's helped. Because I know like that's the whole thing nowadays is building up
Yeah,
connections and relationships.
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because when I was in middle school or high school, I remember hearing the term networking and thinking it was so icky, thinking like, oh, just making
Yeah,
friends with people to get a job. But then I realized, no, it's just making friends with people and being part of a community. And maybe that leads to a job, possibly. But it's, you're with people to be with people. It's not, I mean, hopefully out of it, but you're not
yeah,
just using people. In some ways, you're actually helping people.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it. It's like
definitely.
you
I think
get close to
it.
someone and become friends with them, and then friendship is you help them get a job because you're friends with them and because you can vouch for them. You're like, I know this person, I know what their skills are.
Yeah,
I want to help them get a job because of that, not
yeah,
like you're getting it just because like I need to get a job. I need to get a higher number on LinkedIn. It's like there's a
Mm.
reason why you want to make the connection, why it's helpful, aside from the fact that if you a job. Yeah.
LinkedIn followers. Yeah, that was always a contest
I
in
mean, you
the
pretty
school of
okay. I guess the
business.
goal is to get to 500, then you're maxed out.
Yes, that is the
Because then
goal.
once, if you have 500 or 501, someone just looks at this guy. You can also have 1,000. No one will know. Because it just says 500 plus.
Yeah. Yes, that is your goal. Um, Me and the I guess the other part about your future is
Mhm.
learning, and I guess I'm the right person to talk about for that because I am still doing my continuous education. Do you have any goals, I guess, like what are your like continuous learning goals for
My
your future?
That's a good question. Continuous learning goals for my future. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Specifically related to the field that I'm in, I've been part-time learning about AWS because everything's shifting to cloud. So that's something tech related. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I'm learning guitar.
Oh yeah, I remember that you were
Okay.
in a server we're in. She was asking for tabs of like, and then a friend of ours, Brandon, he like started sitting a lot because he plays guitar and also loves music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I keep on finding stuff.
I mean,
and I also I wanted to learn guitar, but then I gave up because it's exhausting. But I found I have a bunch of dumb tabs. Like I think on my computer is a tab of the 100 bottles of beer song. It's like really simple, and I just like to play because it's funny. Yeah,
100 bottles of beer. Like the 100
yeah.
bottles of beer
But sadly I can't
wall.
finish it. I've never spent the time. I want to do the whole thing because it says like X99.
Yeah. I mean, we also technically continuous learning. Technically, the doing this is learning. We are learning how to be podcasters.
It's definitely a thing for me. Like I feel like I like learning working on skills with this and with my own my own personal side project with the RPG game. It's like then a lot of stuff I'm trying to get better at making art. I'm trying to get better at writing. I'm trying to get better at game design, video editing, and other photo editing.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely
because I've always wanted to write more, but I think I was always very insecure about it. I would start to write something and I would just be like, this is terrible. Like, I hate this.
Oh.
But I'm trying to put it in that area.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, that is me in every single essay I've ever written. I get to a certain point and I'm like, I need to scrap this whole entire thing. It's terrible.
I mean, for me, it's actually in some ways, there's things I like and I dislike. My favorite part about working on something is working on it because when it's done, I usually don't like looking back on it. Or like the best, it's really rewarding to finish it, but it's less rewarding to have it be finished for me. I like,
definitely.
Once it's like when I'm working on it, every problem can be fixed. If I say I'm done with it, this is the finished thing, then it's like every problem is just a problem now. It's just a flaw.
Not about the destination. It's about the journey.
I mean, you can say that's what life is.
Yeah, no, I kind of hate that saying sometimes because
it is
just
overused. I can see its point. But it's kind of like if someone kept on saying it, like live, laugh, love.
I do. I very validly see the point of the statement because for a lot of things it is about the journey, not the destination. Because you want to
like the saying, the real blank is the friends we made along the way. It's like it's definitely like it's a cliche.
Oh yeah,
but cliches become cliches for valid reasons.
Yeah, that is very true. Very, very, very true. I think also it's just finding a new goal and finding new things. But I guess the last question we have for you is do you have any advice for yourself, your younger self, or for younger listeners?
Specifically a year younger self from a year ago. Oh, that's a good question.
Not specifically like a year ago, but like your younger self, like
could be anywhere from yesterday.
Yesterday,
the second you were born.
I'm just talking to a baby that can't even talk.
Yeah. What would you do if a child version of you appeared in front of you? No, don't answer that. On decode, but that'd be weird.
I just feel like You're
Yeah.
gay. Get over it. No.
Happy Pride.
Pride.
Oh yeah.
But also,
It is Pride.
Yeah. But what else? I think relax, sleep more, focus on having friends over just achieving things, because I don't know, just achieving things, it'll make you feel exhausted and hollow on the inside. You want to do things with people that actually fulfill you, like hanging out with you guys. And yeah, honestly, I would definitely tell the college recruiter to myself, it's okay if you don't get everything done in 4 years. I think I would have honestly told myself to relax and spread things out a little bit more, because I was just so focused on I need to get this done in 4 years. I need to fit everything in. And looking back, I think I was putting myself through a lot of stress I didn't need to.
Oh, that makes sense. So, yeah, I definitely agree with sleeping. I love sleeping.
Yeah.
I took that advice yesterday, even before you said it today. So I slept more than I have for a couple of days. So it was nice. It's definitely nice to
You need
sleep
to be
more.
able to not be always on. You need to have a thing so you can enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Not just sit and work and exhaust yourself until you can't do anything anymore and then you collapse.
Yeah.
Definitely. You can't overwork yourself. That is definitely, that's been my advice to myself since COVID, because I overworked myself during that time. So
Yeah. Yeah, my sleep schedule is definitely a little bit off, because Saturday my sister's getting married, so I went to go wedding dress shopping with her, and then afterwards I went to Cubby Hole, which is a lesbian bar, and I was like 1 in the morning ish, maybe like 1:30. Didn't get to, slept into 12, and then the entire day I was just completely groggy and out of it and taking random naps. But and I only I don't know why I got a hangover from half of a beer, but
hey, I got tipsy from having 1.5 drinks a couple weeks or a week ago. So I'm not questioning anything anymore.
I'm a very slow drinker nowadays. So like I almost don't get drunk because I'll like have one thing and then I'll be like, wait a second. It's the end of the night. I'm tired.
I'm done.
And still there. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put that away because like I don't want to drink. Like I lose interest in drinking it. It took me so long.
Yeah. I think that's also because, well, we did a lot of drinking in our 2 years together.
Near the end, it became like that same level of casual. Like senior year, I don't think I got.
Yeah.
I rarely drank.
No. Other than the parties,
even then, I feel like
that we went to.
Parties in senior year were a lot more normal than they were.
Yeah, they were a lot more chill.
They was drinking
a lot more chill.
Junior.
People coming back from COVID.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, no, that was definitely it. It was just like, we're back from COVID, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think also for us, it was kind of like, we're almost 21.
And also,
it's like,
and also the people we knew that year also.
Yes, that had a big role in it.
Yeah. Then you had your little Greece trip.
Well, yeah. We don't talk about the drinking I did in Greece.
No, because you went from.
We don't talk about that. I very much regret it.
You know.
Yes, very much. Rebecca knows that. What happens in Greece?
I remember before you went to Greece, you're like, I don't think I like alcohol. Like, I don't think I like to drink. And then after Greece, you're like, my liver hurts.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There were a couple of days where yeah, my liver hurt while I was in Greece, and then it lingered It did not help that Matt wanted to day drink that one day, the snow day that we had. So
Really?
that did
He's-
not help. Yes, he did. He had me drive him to the liquor store to buy beer so he could combine 2 beers and try it. And he only had half of it. And he was like, Chris, do you want to join me? And I was like,
I mean, he worked at a
sure.
bartender, though, right? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
it's
worked
like,
at Aruga's,
yeah.
the now defunct bar.
Although I passed it at Aruga's on my way home from work every day, and it was like, there it is.
Yeah, there's no more
I
Aruga's in
didn't realize
Campus
there was
Town.
a chain until I was driving with a friend and I saw one. I
Oh.
did a double.
No, I knew.
I didn't realize it was a chain until Ryan said something about his grandparents
they-
liking it.
It's, I've seen Aruga's before. Like I knew what Aruga's was before I had been to the campus one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we can wrap this up. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming on. It means a lot to us. As for you to be our first guest.
I'd say this is a pretty good recording
and
for episode 2.
Yeah, it was a very good recording. One take, unlike episode 1, which took 2. We're not going to talk about that, though. Thank you guys for listening. All of our social media links for all 3 of us will be in the show notes below. This podcast was a production of Clear Productions, Inc. And thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTuber things. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.